Hey everybody, this is a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, and we are back with another edition of Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land. Finally back on a stream. Been a little bit of a break on that, do apologize. Going to check things out here. I think we just about squared everything up with the party. That we did. Could see our trust level really high with Rui, and everybody else is in that yellow level. So without further ado, let's head back in, see if we can't just make it down to the 5th level and a little further this time. Off to running start. See if this guy will be nice to clear the door for us. That he will. And right down the hallway we go. Oof, looks like we'll have a combat here. This one's going to be 4 harpies. Wonder if they'll be friendly. Nope. Reason I said that is that's a rather unusual formation to pull. Normally, if things seem a little off on the monster distribution, you're looking at a friendly party. But either way, we just power through that. Get a treasure chest, and inside we find a bogey bird's claw. Attacked from the side this time, and it's more harpies with kobold accompaniment. Well, we know what'll work here. Honestly, you'll have to excuse me for not, going ahead and playing through this part a little earlier, but it is my first stream back in a little while, and I just didn't want to get out of bed. It's a little chilly here, a little bit of frost on the ground. Nothing too terrible, certainly don't mind the frost, but made staying under the covers that much cozier an option for today. Let's go ahead and clear this mob out. Oh, sweet mother of kobolds. We're just going to rush to get them off the screen. See that frame rate dipping down into the low 40s there? My poor computer, it was not made for this. But we're doing what we can. Giant toad also doing what it can, and it's not a whole lot. Don't think it'll live past the assisted shot here. Nope. 42 damage to put it away. One more treasure chest. The first floor has been very rewarding for us. It's a cloak. And before we could do anything more, our party's rank goes up. We've obtained the following allied actions: a sweep attack and a jump attack. The sweep attack I'm really thrilled about. Jump attack I don't think I've ever really used. But as you can view the party, our trust level has grown to the point where our rank has in fact increased. Taking a look at the allied actions, the sweep attack allows us to inflict damage on the front row of enemies. So when we come across those lines of like spiders or beetles, we could just hit them all in a shot there. The jump attack. One who can use sorcerer or priest spells is required. It says a character can avoid an enemy attack. Okay. That's not so bad. can't even get in the door before we get one more mob. This is a pixie and 3 harpies. Allied actions. That's right, I can't just spam X now. Sweep attack is above rush. Makes it slightly less convenient, but still the fastest overall result for a 1-round battle. And before I go any further, let's go ahead and hand this cloak over to Agog. And get a little identification at the station. Just a cloak. Nothing special. Another thing that isn't special by now, the old jail at the 2nd floor. Been through this thing a ton of times, and we know the route we're going. We're turning left and just running for daylight. Not that we'll find any here, but stairs down, take them nice and easy, let that stamina bar regain a little, and before you know it, we are at the elevator. Heading down to floor number 4. And into the labyrinth we go. Last time through the labyrinth was stupid simple. My favorite kind. Can't expect that every time, but I kind of want it. We're stopped. Long time no see. It's our buddy, the tarot reading priest. Now we're 3 for 3 on him. Doesn't bode well for our chances here. His lips curl into a smile. Moonlight has led you and I to our encounter. I swear I never ran into this guy before this playthrough, and now this is the 4th time. Let's request a reading. Now choose one of the piles. We've gone middle twice and left once, I believe. Let's go back to middle. See how that works out. It says, fate is hidden in this pile of cards. With the moon's guidance, I shall divine your destiny. Short glow later. Priest pulled out one card, and it was... Well, you are quite a lucky one. Guys, I'm sure this has bad results, too. This is a Unity card. On the card, there's a picture of a human, an elf, a dwarf, a gnome, and a hobbit, all holding hands. It says, I am ordained to give the blessing of luck to whoever draws this card. Who will receive the blessing? Well, there's probably nobody in the party we need to be luckier than the person we're sticking in front of all the trapped chests. That is Rui. So Rui received the blessing of luck. Her luck is increased by 1. Priest says, then I shall wait for the moonlight to guide you here at a more opportune moment. 4 for 4 against the tarot priest, folks. Can you believe it? If nothing else, this run is legendary for that. It shall go down in the annals of wizardry lore for years to come between whoever actually keeps track of wizardry lore. I don't imagine it's a large group of people, but here's hoping. Do some assisted shots and just some individual attacks to clear these dragonflies out. Things we've learned about the dragonflies, they've got a pretty high evade, they've got a breath attack that does some fire damage, not a whole ton, and they've got a pretty pesky bite. Either way, we're a little beyond them at this point, and that's not to be mean or arrogant at any point. We've just sort of outgrown it. Speaking of outgrown, here's 4 giant toads, something we faced way back on the 1st floor. How do we want to go about this? I suppose just individual attacks. I don't think we'll get all 4 here by any means. But we should clear out at least 2. I'm going to say we clear out 3. I got faith in all of my front line to hit their attacks. And that should just leave 1 left. Yep. This giant toad calls for assistance. Will we have to deal with number 5? No. Assistance never arrives. So let's send this one out in style with a double slash. Wow. That had everything. A death strike, a couple power shots, and a miss all rolled into 1. As fun as that was, that's a lot of time we're using on 264 experience, not exactly where we want to be. Once again taking on a quartet of Dragonfly. The assisted shot being our best friend in these instances. May not have realized it when we unlocked it, but that is by far and away the most important of the allied actions to me. Get a couple demon eggs out of them. Interesting. Not sure if this is actually going to lead anywhere. Looking very much like it isn't. And head up here. And this is, yep, another door we've already encountered. But hey, you live, you learn. Gonna back up a skosh and try a different path. That's the thing about the labyrinth. It will be as simple or as complex as it deigns to be. This time I think we walked ourselves into a dead-end maze. Yep. And right back up. Let's go ahead and try this door, but I'm pretty sure I know where we're going. And if we come this way, we wind up in an encounter with a couple samurai, a priest, and a lesser daimyo. That are friendly. Not gonna lie, I was a little bummed. That looked like kind of a tough group. Leaving them be is quite alright by myself. Here's the trap. Disarmed, and away we go. Back into a hallway. See if this got us any closer to the exit. Nifty sidestep there by us, if I do say so myself. Avoid that crossbow trap. Looks like more dragonflies here. Nope, beetles. So let's see if that sweep attack will work at all. And just in case it doesn't, we'll do a restrict shot. Once again, protecting our 2 least mobile members of the front line. Also, the 2 lower hit points is Kyo already up over 100 hit points. Neat little graphic there for the sweep attack. Only does 11 damage apiece, but it hits them all. The restrict shot, just basically a warning shot here. It's not really doing the beetles a ton of damage, but what it is doing is preventing them from doing any damage, and we are 3 for 3 on that. Restrict shot coming up pretty clutch in this encounter. One tries to get Kyo, and the evade is just too strong. We'll try that sweep attack one more time, just to see if it'll pan out. Nope. Still not enough. Tough buggers, aren't they? I can tell you this much, trying the assisted shot against them with that physical is just not worth it. As you could plainly guess by the fact that we're just hitting for 2 on the restrict shot. We do go 4 for 4 with it, though, so it's not for nothing. Let's try it one more time, because it would be nice to get the kills via this fashion. Unfortunately, we missed a couple. Isn't that something? Fortunately, they decide to take the day off, I assume. Just go to individual actions and attack. Sweep attack can be nice when you get it built up high enough, but overall, just not the thing that's going to win you the day. Kind of wanted to show it off because it's got a nice graphic and everything, but you see what I mean. Do pull 376 experience there, and now we've got more giant toads, but it looked like the exit was off in the horizon there. And we get a surprise attack to boot. Just keep it nice and simple here. Let Agog and Sarah lead with some opening damage. Keo with the first kill. Agog and Sarah back for round 2, and Rui should finish that one off, leaving Ricardo a beautiful 42-point damage set up on the third. Adds 43 of his own with a hit to spare, and now we are party versus one giant toad. Almost seems a little unfair, doesn't it? Let's send them off in style. There's 42 damage to the toad, and now the double slash. Incredible damage. Cannot tell you how good it feels to be wielding the damage quite like that. One more chest to open, and it's a teal stone. I think we're going to go ahead and pop that sucker. Use the teal stone. Keo's rank 1, Rui is rank 2, Agog is rank 2. Let's go ahead, level Keo up so our teal is all at level 2. As we know, lower floors will have enemies that will warrant our magical efforts. Speaking of magical efforts, we are down to the cemetery on floor 4, and no matter how many times I do this, I will probably have to reference the map a couple times here. So bear with me as we make our way through. Yeah, this is the way I want to go. Then looping down around. Younger days I had this memorized. Unfortunately, life just sort of pops some things out of your head. You know how that goes. Got that done. Down this red pit there. Looking for the red pits. That's our calling card to get out of this place if it's the last thing we ever do. Up the tunnel. This is where my memory starts getting a little dicey, the first combat. Oh well, you have what you have. We'll go with a restrict shot. I don't think the assisted shot at this level is going to do anything too valuable. Have Rui and Ricardo double slash. And let's see if Kyo can petrify a gargoyle, set it back to stone before the sunrise. Ricardo and Rui more than amply do the job there. Don't quite finish off that gargoyle by Kyo, but we do catch him trying to attack Rui, so Agog and Sarah with the restrict shot coming through in the clutch. Now we'll switch it up to the classic assisted shot and double slash, put Kyo and Ricardo on that for maximum damage, and Rui physical attack as a backup. Get 4 out of the assisted shot, not a terrible effort. Whew! 92-point critical on that second hit from Ricardo. Now we're starting to see more worthwhile payoffs on the experience. I think we... Ooh! Up was not the way we wanted to go. Wound ourselves into an interesting new area. Got some skeletons on the ground. Never did make it to this particular room before. I think we're going to go through this without a dispel. Assisted shot and just individual attacks. We will take this shot, 1, because I am not terribly worried about undead kobolds, and 2, because we still have that quest outlying from the cleric-to-be who would like one of us to come home paralyzed. Amazingly, we've gone this far into the game, and it has yet to happen. There we take out the entire line of undead kobolds in 1 round. We'll give the zombies the same chance, and they're going to front guard, just in case we were going to rush. Little zombies covering their faces. Isn't that great? And 3 for 3 on the zombies. Few levels back that would have worried us. Here we get 666, the mark of some decent experience. And some rotten meat out of a chest. Before we can move any further, we got to talk to a guy about his ninja skills. Feel like restrict shot is the only way to travel here. Now, yeah, let's try a sweep attack. Just to see if this has a better chance of hitting. It does not. Okay, so the sweep attack, useless there. As was that restrict shot. Let's try a double slash. Dodges everything. This man is the wind. But not in as much as a restrict shot can stop him. We're going to try this again, because as long as he tries for one of our 2 restrict shots, there's just not much of a chance of him surviving again. This time we'll put Kyo and Ricardo on the double slash, get 4 shots at making contact. And contact is made. Down the ninja goes. We take him out on our own terms. That's enough to level up Ricardo. So we should have 2 members of the 100 hit point club when we get back. And good morning, Snownomi. Thank you for the good luck on the stream. Hope you're doing well. By any chance, are you streaming anything today? Doing a little Rocket League, maybe? Picking up a random helmet. One appraisal later. It's an enduring helmet. Increased resistance against sleep and unconsciousness. I believe we've pulled one of these before. Yeah, Ricardo's got it. Okay. Well, let's hand this bogey bird claw off to Sarah. Make a little room here. And now let's start peddling the enduring helmet to see who can use it. No good for Sarah. Would be an increase for Kyo. Nothing for Rui. That makes it simple. Off to Kyo it goes. Who will equip? I don't think anybody can really use his current helmet. No. So we'll just hand that to Sarah as well. Did we get back attacked here? Feels like we may have gotten back attacked. Nope. Lucked out there, just hit at an awkward angle. Assisted shot and individual attacks. Just peppering the zombies with damage, and up march the kobolds. One thing about the undead, you don't have to worry about them running away. They do remember their defensive tactics, though, as these undead kobolds decide to front guard. That's great, too. They've got their shields up and everything. They're just ready for a fight. Or a really good up-tempo dance beat. 2 to go. And the job is done. The undead kobolds are finished. Let's see if we can finally move off that square. Nothing really special going on in this room. Let's just pop up, huh? Land right on top of a pair of shades. They're friendly. We're friendly. We'll just let them be. See, Sarah's experience total is pretty close to ticking over, and this one may get us there if this isn't a friendly encounter. We've got some level 4 thieves and some ninjas. Don't want to be messing around too much with the ninjas, so we're just going to go individual action here, throw caution to the wind. Let Kyo attack a thief. Let Rui and Ricardo double up on a thief. You know what? Let me take that back. Rui's going to cast a spell. She's going to cast Jakrita. Ricardo's going to attack a thief. And Agog is going to cast Called. We're rank 3 and... Ooh, not Called. Yeah, Called. We'll do Called on the back row. Why not? We'll just have Sarah hold off for now and attack a level 3 ninja on the off chance it hits. Kyo takes care of one of the level 4 thieves with a paralyze attack. And here comes some fire, courtesy of our friendly thief Rui. Giving the enemies the old hot foot and taking out the ninjas and the thief already. Meaning this cold spell is now going at the level 4 thief, and you could just see just giant ice shards pelting the ground. Way too much damage for them to handle, and before you know it, we are through to the other side. Now we kind of have to find our bearings. For that, we're going to cast ourselves a little bitty map spell. Okay, we're not actually that far off where we need to be. Need to turn back around and go the other way, but overall, that could have been a lot worse. Especially had we stayed facing the opposite direction, because a pair of poison dragons were coming up behind us. Get a surprise attack here. Not sad about that. How do we want to go about this, though? Assisted shot. Double slash. And attack. Is that how we want to do it? No, I don't think we want to go for pure damage, do we? No. We want to go with a stun attack on that Gash Dragon. And then double slash. And then have a Gog attack for the sake of attacking. Minimize the amount of able attackers, if we can. That dragon is good and paralyzed. We'll have to see how long that holds. In the meantime, bit of a double slash underway. And we get the kill strike. Lucky day. The hold attack doesn't stay, but we... Stun attack, sorry. The stun attack doesn't stay. But we know we can get it right back. And that is what we will attempt. See if we can get it paralyzed pre-double slash. And we can. 34 damage to the better. Oh, just a sick amount of damage there. That's almost 1,000 experience, and we made it look easy. Now we've got an alternate route to this red pit that we're going to. Make our way up and over. And the whole way down, this is where Daniel the Hobbit Thief jumped down that one time and showed us the way out. Now there is this door here that is mysteriously locked, and I would like to know why. Haven't taken that portal back up because it doesn't really interest me in the least. Floor 5 is where I want to be. Not dealing with these chaps. But here we are. Let's go ahead and see if we can at least do the sweep attack some justice here. And if not, we'll do our restrict shot. Now, in a perfect world, this is going to take out the entire front line. Just like that. Okay, that looked good. That's where we wanted to be on that. Back to the assisted shot and individual attacks. But you could see we're now varying our modes of damage dealing, which allow us several different applications against several different interesting formations. Truly, as the party gains trust in each other and levels up, they do find more varied and powerful ways to get through this labyrinth together. Now that we've had our moment, we will take our intentional pitfall, climb down this ladder. That's going to take us to the long, long corridor to level 5. Walk over this pit here. If you do fail those, you will fall down. Just want to point that out. Into the waterfall we go. Looks like we have a gaze hound starting things off here. Assisted, let's go ahead, restrict shot. And just beat the crap out of it with a double slash, as one is apt to do. First round kill shot there. 2100 experience from a single monster. Sarah now dangerously close to leveling up. Also, remember, we're trying to get parts together for that Cathedral stone. Got a group of spiders here. I think we'll chance that sweep attack one more time. No reason not to. Especially not with the rather unusually high rate of success our restrict shot has given us today. Cleared out half of them. Here we get some poison breath, and Rui is poisoned. That is bad news for us. I don't think we have an antidote. So is Ricardo. So that's two members of the party overcome with poison. Kyo avoids that spider bite. Can he avoid two? Yes, he can. Professional ninja he be. Try the sweep attack one more time. This should finish off all four. Nope, we had a miss. And one that didn't even look like it was attempted to be hit. Now Kyo is poisoned. Our restrict shot does take out another spider, and I think I've had about all of the sweep attack that I could take in a day. Assisted shot, and just for good measure, double slash. I don't expect it to live past the assisted shot, but you know. Get through there, and Sarah will level up as well. Get a treasure chest for our efforts, and inside that chest is a cocoon. Before we go further, let's go inside the door here. If you remember, this is Casta's shop. Going to call the clerk, this distinguished looking ogre gentleman. Thanks for coming to Casta's. Buy a bunch of stuff, Kay? Yeah, I think we will. I think we're going to buy us some antidotes. One antidote coming up. Make that 2 antidotes. Three is going to do the job here. And before going any further, let's go ahead and pardon me, had to sneeze. Let's go ahead and pop the top on these. And now we are okay. Wonder what else we can get here. Got the orbs. We have the revival potion, but we're looking for a Carcass stone. And we can't buy one of those. Oh, worth a look at the very least. Kind of just fussing our way around here, this one safe space. Now it's time to take a little walk down here. Whole mess of spiders with a priest standing tall above them. Not liking our odds on this one, folks. Kind of feel like an individual action is the best call here. Going to pull our spell trick to let Kyo outright attack the level 5 priestess. And yeah, we're just going to Jatil against these enemies. Sometimes you just gotta Jatil. Agog will Jakrita because that's the spell he has for all enemies. He doesn't have a Jatil yet. And if it gets around to Sarah, she will cast a Fields, restoring our front row. Let's see how this works out. Kyo does not do the job on the level 5 priest. She's able to dodge that first strike. So it's up to Rui and her thunder damage. More than enough to take out the priest and a good number of the spiders. Let's see if Agog can finish them off with a Jakrita. These are all of the poisonous variety. Giving them 8 hot feet apiece. Ah, the wonderful sound of the rolling spider. The old death rattle. Almost 5,000 experience for that wonky looking encounter. Let that storm giant walk in the door. Seem to have a pair of them here. One runs away and one marches forward. Never mind, these are not storm giants. These are 4 lesser daimyos, which are greater trouble. Much greater trouble. We'll spell cancel. Rui and Ricardo will double slash a minor daimyo, and let's hope that Kyo can take one out solo. Ricardo and Rui do their job, and Kyo can't quite finish that one off. So it's going to come down to combat. Rui takes a bit of damage. Agog and Sarah stop a daimyo from casting. That just leaves the other, who's going to get their spell off successfully. And it's a Krita spell doing 12 more damage to Rui. Spell cancel again. Let Kyo and Ricardo double slash, and this time Rui's going to take a moment, compose herself. And heal. 47 is not where we want her to be. A rare twin miss from Kyo and Ricardo on the first part of that double strike, and now we find ourselves not advancing much here. Do 25 more damage to the casting daimyo. Front row daimyo casts this time, and that's 6 damage to Kyo via a Krita spell. Try a spell cancel one more time. This time we'll let Rui attack the damaged daimyo from last round. Ricardo and Kyo make good on their strikes this time, felling a daimyo. That spell cancel's been coming up huge, at least mitigating the damage we're taking, and the other daimyo takes the round off. Not gonna lie, that was a lucky break on our part. Now we know that one's taken 75 damage on spell cancels. Let's see if Rui can finish off that one. Sending Kyo and Ricardo back to the target they failed to drop the first time, and they will not fail again. Rui not able to finish the samurai. Neither is the spell cancel. But we're down to just one. And when you're down to just one, you could go in with a little more recklessness, go a bit more aggressive. 18 on the assist shot, and this double slash should be the finishing blow. That it is. moving our way down through. Tough part is we know exactly what we have to do. We just have to collect the items to advance past this point. Let's back up, take a running start here. If you remember, this is the room with the dead spring. Got a treasure chest in it as well. I was just sort of poking around. Nice to see the game reward my curiosity. So we get a pair of healing potions. Healing potions, not the most effective tool for us at this point, but we will go ahead and use them, get them out of our inventory, and heal up a couple heroes in need. Saves us some spells at the very least. Right, this is Lucida's shop / musical instrument repair, and this is where that orc is going to stop us again. Says, no cutting the line. We shall not cut the line. What this means is we cannot progress further until we get the Carcass stone for that pixie. The Carcass stone or the Cathedral stone. There is a breakable wall. But one, thanks to that door, we do not have enough room to get the running start for. So the only way to break it is from the other side. Got to go ahead and take out this gaze hound. Double slash, not the most effective tool this round. And Rui is taken down by the stare. The glare attack temporarily paralyzing her. Not really changing our plans too much, just means that we don't have the accessory damage from Rui's attack. It's been pretty key for us, as Ricardo and Keo have not been the most accurate today. Restrict Shot stops the Gaze Hound from capitalizing on the incapacitated Rui. Unfortunately, she doesn't recover this round. So back to business as usual for us. See if we can't just power through this. And down the Gaze Hound goes. Still looking for that hound's ear. And looking we will continue to do. Nothing unusual, which means the door was open before we could get to it. And it's a host of samurai. Spell cancel. Double slash. Let's try a spell, shall we? Let's try a Jatiel. Well, Keo out of nowhere with a death strike, making this now a battle of 5-on-3. Get some decent damage out of that. Unfortunately, the front line samurai eats up the spell cancel, which means we're going to take 2 spells here. Let's hope they're Krita. Keo takes 11 damage from the first. And 13 from the second. So overall, that could have been a lot worse. The reason I said let's hope they're Krita is that's just damage, and we could deal with damage. Let's back things up a bit. Now let's do one more Jatiel. Why not? Double slash takes out the minor daimyo. Jatiel now on the 2 remaining samurai. This time the back row samurai resisted and eats 25 points worth of spell cancel in return. Front row 1 just sort of holds steady. We'll try a spell cancel again, as now we're dangerously in range of that being a canceller. And just have Rui attack away. Double slash drops the daimyo, and then there was one that is not getting their spell off. Going up against it one more time. Let's see if the double slash can find pay dirt. There we go. Not mad at that. Head in the door here. This is our little back way up. Somewhat safer. Somewhat devoid of monsters. See the blood moon on the heads-up display there. Forget where this leads. Okay. This is where that pixie is, and where we run into the orc hiding by the barrels. All kind of trouble coming out of this one. The assisted shot, I feel, has to be a restricted shot here because of those ninjas. I feel we could double slash the level 7 warrior. My goodness. Yeah, we're going to cancel that double slash. We're going to go individual action here. So we are once again going to rely on our little cheese attack here. Fake out the sorcerer's spell and just attack the level 5 priestess. Rui's going to try a sleep spell on the front row there. And Ricardo is just going to attack the level 7 warrior. Go strength on strength there. Kyo takes out the priestess, meaning we don't have to worry about magic damage from this particular round. Let's see how the sleep spell goes. Are we 3 for 3? We are 3 for 3. Rui hits on the sleep spell. Looks like the warrior wakes up, but just in time to eat a restrict shot. The ninjas are still asleep. Going to keep our restrict going. Switch to a double slash between Rui and Ricardo. And let Kyo focus on the warrior. A crispy 48 frames a second there. Double slash does the job. Kyo takes out a sleeping ninja. And the second one stays asleep. This is the best of luck. Just going to keep with that restrict shot, as I feel like the assisted shot may wake the ninja up before lethal damage is done. Going to try for a Kyo and Ricardo double strike, and Rui on backup damage just in case. 172 on the only strike that hits, but that is more than enough. And so we dealt with a rather imposing looking challenge and got 1,684 experience for it. So yeah, there's that orc hiding behind these barrels, that was hiding behind the barrels, and he let us know that there was a barrel there with the pixie's name on it, that name being Hannah. I'd sort of forgotten that's what was in that area. Making our way further up. Okay, we've been there. And this is back to level 5. Not too much else we can do here until we get the items necessary for that Carcass and or Cathedral stone. I'm going to do one more combat before calling it a stream. Once again, going to trust our restrict shot here. We do know that level 4 thief is getting through, because the level 5 priest is the bigger threat. So that's where we want Keo focusing. A round of damage is not going to kill us. See if the sleep can come through again. And we'll just have Ricardo attack. Keo makes good. Takes out the priest. Now the only ones casting will be us. See if all of the fighters are off to Dreamland. It's sure looking that way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, they were. Keo deftly dodges a crossbow bolt, and a restrict shot stops that fighter dead in his tracks. So we've got 3 sleeping fighters, 1 very much awake fighter. I think we're going to have some fun with this. Once again, restrict shot just in case. Let's go ahead and have Rui and Ricardo double slash the warrior. And just because it's such an effective tactic, let's see if Keo can take down the level 4 thief. Double slash takes out the fighter. Keo does not take down the thief, and now the fighters are all awake. Well, we gave it a try, didn't we? Restrict shot. Now let's do individual action. Oh, that's right, she already used that level. So let's do a Zakrita on the front row. Keo paralyzes the level 4 thief. That's a good way to do it. Get a big old row of fire coming down, barreling into those fighters. And then some restrict shots to sort of mitigate the damage. Back row coming up huge in this encounter. Get the fabled 3 for 3. Restrict shot. And now it's time to stop playing around. Rui and Ricardo on a double slash, and Keo attacks the next. Big old critical makes sure that fighter's not coming back up, and Keo with a first strike petrify. Only thing that can make it better is restrict shot stopping the damage, and lo and behold, that is what we get. Switching to pure offense here, assisted shot, and we know the drill. 3 individual attacks. Let's just get our money's worth out of this. There is 14, and 44 for the kill. That's a good note to leave off on. Let's head back to town. Gonna make sure to grab some transfer potions for next time out, too. Folks, I do appreciate you stopping in and checking these out. I do hope you're enjoying them. This has been a grumpy old guy gaming with more Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land. Should be on a fairly regular schedule, at least in the near future. So we should be streaming here Sundays and Wednesdays. Take care, and we will see you around.